David says, listening at work right now, overnight grocery stocking. Sean brought up the pine tar incident. What about the George Brett shitting his pants story? I would love to hear your reaction. Played it on the podcast as well as any stories of wrestlers shitting their pants. I'm not familiar with the George Brett shitting his pants. Are you? Okay, I'd have to look into that, David. But we hear sometimes Andre had some bowel issues. I don't know how intentional it was. Maybe on someone he didn't care for, or when you consume 178 cans of beer and 4 bottles of wine and who knows how many steaks or burgers or whatever the fuck he used to eat.
They said you never really ate.
Andre just drank.
Yeah, wasn't a real big eater.
Got his calories through.
After
fermented grapes.
After 178 beers, what do you really got room for? Fucking a couple of buffalo wings.
Talk about bloat.
Jeez.
Old Horseshoe. Greetings, Mr. Oliver. I've enjoyed watching these videos. I know you from before when we were children. I've been watching A&E's Legends and Rivals series with great enjoyment. I've started collecting the action figures. You know me. You might say you're shot. My grandfather went for Hogan, but I always liked Piper. Dominoes and Darkside. Thank you, everybody. I know who this is. And I could do a whole show on this individual. I'll call him Zeta, so he can still say anonymous. I think he has a family now. So if you can imagine a character somewhere between, very intelligent, I think might have been the valedictorian, or maybe number 2 in the class, to the Cuban doctor son. But if you can imagine a character between maybe someone on Big Bang Theory, one of those kids, and Tommy Chong, with the amount of weed he smoked. He said he wanted to smoke so much that he would become a floating entity named Zeta. So I will call him Zeta because that was his goal. His reference to Dominoes and Darkside, and God, I've forgotten more in life than I remember. When I saw this, I remembered. It's a testament and an actual a recusal of, a refuting of anyone who says that extensive THC use does anything to your memory, because the fact that he remembered this. That was just a reference, I think, in college to so much... so many bong hits to Dark Side of the Moon until I was prone and pretty much unable to do anything but eventually crawl to the phone and dial Dominoes. And just the CD would stay on the loop, and we would just, there was a period, there was a lost summer where me and Zeta would just be locked in his apartment and immobile.
I think I've told the story here before, right? Where I got stoned and fell asleep, and it was on. We had the 8-track.
It was episode 7,
and it was Comfortably Numb, and I woke up and I thought I wrote the motherfucker.
I have a great idea for a song.
I was telling somebody like, "Do this Comfortably Numb." I was like, "Oh fuck." Yeah,
Brilliant.
Guess it is.
Yeah, Dark Side and Dominoes, man. But
God, tell me that wasn't great, just stoner music. Is anybody?
It's amazing. It's an amazing thing. My favorite story of his, though, I have to just tell this before we move on. In one of our stupors, he unearths a videotape that his father made of his father banging these women. Homemade porn. Now, I didn't know his father, so this to me was very amusing. This middle-aged Cuban man riffing in broken English as he tours the bed with this woman. Now, 2 more straight-laced friends of ours are coming to pick us up to take us to a party. And he invites them in. He puts this tape on. And I think they grew up with him, so like they know his father. It was like, and they just sit down on the bed. I remember them covering their mouths like this, watching him go to town on this woman, like posing on the bed. And,
so he's American Psycho in this bitch.
Yeah, it's crazy. It was crazy. It was crazy. All right, Zeta, thanks for checking in.
I know you.
Yeah.
What the fuck? What the fuck does that mean? I know. Does that mean I know where you live still? What kind
Looking
of
in my window.
what kind of tapes has he got of you?
I don't know, right? That's true. I might have used his place with a few young women in my time. I don't know if recording devices.
Either that or there might be some kind of like bond with Domino's where you can't jump on the Little Caesars wagon. I don't know.
That wasn't as accessible to us up here. Domino's was here, but I don't know about the Little Caesars deal.
I don't. I think Domino's was later in life for us.
Oh yeah, maybe for you guys. Yeah.
Yeah.